This video is a mix of the apology Brian Williams read on the air the evening of February 4th, 2015 on NBC Nightly News, and part of an appearance Brian Williams made on the David Letterman Show in March of 2013, where he described in great detail something that never happened. Well, at least not to him. You'd have to be a very good and experienced liar to tell a detail-filled lie like Williams told to Letterman.
On this broadcast last week, in an effort to honor and thank a veteran who protected me and so many others after a ground fire incident in the desert during the Iraq War invasion, I made a mistake in recalling the events of 12 years ago. I brought a photo which arrived in my email 2 mornings ago of where I was tonight, a decade ago.
This very day?
This very day. This was me 10 years ago and a young command sergeant major. I was in Iraq. It did not take long to hear from some brave men and women in the air crews who were also in that desert. We were in some helicopters. What we didn't know was we were north of the invasion. We were the northernmost Americans in Iraq. We were going to drop some bridge portions across the Euphrates so the 3rd Infantry could cross on them. I want to apologize. I said I was traveling in an aircraft that was hit by RPG fire. 2 of our 4 helicopters were hit by ground fire, including the one I was in.
No kidding.
RPG and AK-47.
What altitude were you hit at?
We were only at 100 feet doing 100 forward knots because we had these massive pieces of bridge beneath us on slings.
What happens the minute everybody realizes you've been hit?
We figure out how to land safely, and we did. We landed very quickly and hard, and we put down, and we were stuck. 4 birds in the middle of the desert, and we were north out ahead of the other Americans.
Oh, my.
And
so, Len, as a guy, as a journalist, what do you think? This is a great position to be in, or holy crap, I got to get out of here?
More toward the holy crap. This is great was flying over Iraq. Holy crap started when I realized the now deceased former 4-star general we were traveling with, Wayne Downing, said to me, using an old Vietnam era term because he was a Vietnam infantryman, "We're over Indian country." You'll forgive the political incorrectness. He said, "This is unpoliced, virgin territory. We're not near any U.S. troops." I was instead in a following aircraft. So we got hit, we sat down, everyone was okay. Our captain took a Purple Heart injury to his ear in the cockpit, but we were alone. They started distributing weapons. We heard a noise, and it was Bradley fighting vehicles and Abrams tanks coming. They happened to spot us. This was the invasion.
Oh, my God.
The U.S. invasion. They saw us. They surrounded us for 3 days during the sandstorm that was so big it suspended the war effort. It was called Orange Crush, and they got us out of there alive. We all landed after the ground fire incident and spent 2 harrowing nights in a sandstorm in the Iraq desert. And
you were on the ground in combat for 3 days.
This was a bungled attempt by me to thank one special veteran, and by extension, our brave military men and women, veterans everywhere, those who have served while I did not. Tom Brokaw was the anchor. The war coverage was going on. Our late friend David Bloom was traveling in a tank across the countryside. This was prior to his death, not because of, but during combat. And we got out of there and everything's fine. But this young command sergeant major, Tim Turpak, who is now on something like his 8th deployment, he's in Korea, sends me this picture. Hey, buddy, here we were 10 years ago.
Take a look at it again. This is him right there.
This week.
Wow. Oh, my God.
But that's what the cavalry looks like. The cavalry came for us, and that's what they look like. I hope they know they have my greatest respect, and also now my apology.
I have to treat you now with renewed respect. That's a tremendous story.